Hi there, it's your Sewing Sherpa Shauna, and I'd like to take a few minutes to talk to you about your underwear. For reals. I've just introduced a class, courses in sewing, called Undies, and I introduced it because I feel like undies are one of the most difficult things to shop for, and the one thing that you want in just a certain way, right? And sometimes you find that pair of undies that you're like, okay, I love these undies. And they're either like super expensive, you know, like Cosabella or La Perla or whatever. And, or the manufacturer, you know, the designer just spins through the styles so you get, you know, to the point where you're ready for another pair of them, and they're no longer made because they've moved on to the next thing, like Donna Karan. So anyhow, over the years, when I have come across a pair of underwear that I like and that I, thought was interesting or fit well, or I had something going for it, I made a copy of them. It's my little Undies Bible. The other day I came across my SS Pirate Jenny undies. These are my very favorite ones of all time. And I realized this would be a great project for courses in sewing because it also is going to encourage you to embrace a little bit of pattern making. So as a seamster, you know, at some point you're going to have gone through enough patterns to be like, gosh, I wish I could make my own whatever modifications, understand fit, things like that. So I have a class called, a workshop called Pattern Making Primer. It's a 3-hour introduction to pattern making where I show you the tools and stuff. And the project for that has been changing regularly almost every class. And I thought, what a great little project for the Pattern Making Primer. Copy your favorite pair of undies, clean ones, really clean. I've done this before, and yeah, you want to be really careful about the clean part. Anyhow, make a copy of your undies so that you can use your own pattern in the courses in sewing to learn how to sew undies. Now, undies are pretty simple sews, like 3-4 seams and stuff, but it's the elastic and the placement of the elastic and where the different types of stitches you would use. It's just there's a few things, a finessey little things about undies that I can share with you. I've had many years of sewing intimates and swimwear, which of course undies are the gateway to swimwear, that might help you in creating a more comfortable pair of underwear. And you know, once you get going, undies like take about 15 minutes to sew, and you can make like 4 or 5 pairs from a yard of fabric. So you know, those $30 Cosabella undies can make 4 or 5 pairs for $30 or less, and you'll know that they fit because they came from your pattern that you already know works. So anyways, we'll have some fun in this mini course. It's 3 hours, and we'll talk about elastics, laces, techniques, fabrics. Which fabrics I'm going to go a little bit into, of course, because I love textiles. We're going to talk about what fabrics to use and what not to use, and different places you can get your fabrics from. Some of them being really simple, like Goodwill. I mean, there's a lot of, you could find yourself a nice, fresh t-shirt there that had the right amount of lycra in it. There's enough fabric in a t-shirt to make a pair of undies from. In fact, you can make undies from other undies, but we'll go into that later. Anyhow, I encourage you to sign up for the Pattern Making Primer and learn how to make a simple undies pattern. Now, yeah, don't bring in like the corseted undies with the boning and all the undies can go places, right? And guys' undies can be a little bit more complicated to copy, but there's still just a few pieces, a few seams. Then with your pattern, jump into the courses in sewing undies 3-hour sessions. I'm going to have one weekday, one weekend morning, and one weekend afternoon. So there should be something that works for everybody. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And I hope to see you soon in your undies. Keep on sewing.